A lighthouse during the day is as useful as a lighthouse during the day.
G'day, welcome to a very special edition of
Walkabouter's Guide to Australia, or whatever we end up calling this thing.
For you see, that is Green Cape Lighthouse. We're down the coast of Australia at Disaster Bay. Why is Green Cape Lighthouse so exciting? Well, my great-great-granddad was the lighthouse keeper here, Lachlan McKinnon. He came from Scotland.
Here is Scotland. Well, a map depicting Scotland, at least. Lachlan McKinnon was born on the Isle of Mull at an early age, on the 15th of December, 1853, to Neil and Grace. As most babies do, he grew up, and in the scoldering autumn of 1872, young Lachlan journeyed to the big gas lights of Edinburgh City to start work as lighthouse keeper at the Horatio Nelson Lighthouse. Suddenly, tragedy struck on his second night of lighthouse keepering when he was struck by lightning. He survived because I'm here telling you the story, but understandably he developed an aversion to lights after that. Great wonderful granddad quit and became postbox master outside St Mary's Cathedral, but being in a poorly lit part of Edinburgh, he became frustrated at the amount of letters that round up in his mouth rather than the postbox, so he quit. Lachlan then moved up to mighty Edinburgh Castle. And took up position as cannonball operator, and accidentally shot at Princess Street, confusing it with a Viking ship. Lachlan was then fired out of the cannon, and great-great-good-granddad wound up on the shores of Disaster Bay, Australia. Now with an aversion to darkness because of the cathedral postbox and castle cannon, he applied for the job of lighthouse keeper at lonely Green Cape, like a moth to a flame. Luckily, his loneliness was broken by a swarm of moths, carrying on their wings Eliza Varley, who had fallen from a hot air balloon, but at Green Cape fell for Lachlan's heart, and became a McKinnon the hard way.
Here's a photograph of Lachlan. There's my great-great-granddad. That's Eliza with their 11 kids. The young boy is Neil Finlay McKinnon, my granddad's dad. I've always loved lighthouses. You probably noticed, from St. Augustine to the other ones. But this one's the best. But there's I swallowed a fly. But there's a darker reason why I came to Green Cape. As you may have remembered, last week on a routine trip back to the past, I accidentally made myself a vampire as a little boy. So now, I brought my trusty viewfinder time machine to Green Cape so I can inoculate my ancestors with the cure to vampirism before I even get it. And it's already worked because the teeth aren't there anymore. But I have to go back in time to fulfill the pre-existing inoculation of my family. I'm going to slip it in their tea. 1904 should be a good year. Oh, I assume it worked. I'm going to try not to time travel so much anymore. Although I'll keep walkabouting. Oh, I heard a sigh across the world. Have you ever seen the show Who Do You Think You Are? Which follows family ancestry? It's a little bit interesting, and I'm having my moment now. It says here on this plaque, the Lily Moon, bound from Melbourne to Sydney, was wrecked here on May the 30th, 1886. My great-great-granddad would have been lighthouse keeper here then. Shortly after striking the reef around 9:30 p.m, she broke in two, with heavy seas pounding the wreck and preventing rescue of persons on the stern section. With the aid of the lighthouse keeper, 15 persons of the 86 on board were saved. One of them was Henry Adams, 12 years old. Well done, Lachlan. Well done. So yes, thanks for watching Walkabouter's Guide to Australia. This show wouldn't exist without Lachlan. What a cool lighthouse. And you know what? I'm the lighthouse keeper. Because of my lack of knowledge about DNA science and the Y chromosome that great-great-granddad passed down to me, I'm almost an exact match. In fact, a clone of Lachlan, which would explain my love of travelling and lighthouse keeping. Oh, you're bored of this episode already? Okay. Thanks for watching again. What? Scene A, take 789. Oh, too close. And action. Oh wait, does action come after the slate? Is this even... I can't believe I've been using this for every shot I've ever made of this show. Tail slate.